Albert Pike wrote that he said, before we're done, the game plan is to bring a Luciferian utopia, which could mean this LGBT world. I don't know, but I think that's what it means because it's a pride-based utopia. He wants a Luciferian utopia, and they hate atheists, so they don't want an atheist future like everyone, Andrew Tate and everyone thinks. They want to bring a Luciferian utopia where Lucifer is the supreme authority, but Adonai, which they call Jesus, is still his other half, pretty much. So they don't reject Christ; they're afraid to, but they want Lucifer as supreme authority, and they want a fair, equal world based on liberty. But I seriously doubt they're building that. And this Luciferian utopia, before it's built, the last war will be Zios killing Muslims and Muslims killing Zios. And it said this war is going to be so bloody that they're both going to die. Then when there's rubble, just like after the two world wars, they're going to build this utopia on that Hegelian dialect of Zios hate Muslims, Muslims hate Zios. They're fighting. The bloodshed is too much. It's unbearable. Stop the fighting. Just be friends. They're going to become friends, but they're going to be Luciferians at the end. So the end, I have the quote too. I'm not just making shit up. At the end, they don't want Zios to win, or Muslims or Christians. They want a Luciferian utopia. But every other conspiracy channel says they want Zios will be the winners at the end.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
Bro, man, like I feel like you know a lot of shit and you know way too much about Freemasonry. And I know like there's a pledge like not to admit that you're a part of it. And I'm not saying that you were, but also, you don't want me to talk about this, but I think that's because you know about the rules of YouTube and podcasting and the internet in general. So you don't want me to talk about that. So I think you just know.
It's confusing. Every time someone says the Jays, you have to kind of immediately be attacked by people who don't know what you're talking about. And they go, well, I know good Jays. I know that. But you really want to say Zios in banking that are Jays? Because if you say Jays, everyone thinks you're the second coming of Mustache Man.
Yeah, we can't say him.
Yeah. And I like it more detailed because then people go, oh, you don't have a problem with millions of people. You have a problem with a small group of mafia elite.
Right.
So that yeah.
Mm-hmm. So do you think like the Jays are in charge of a world, or do you think because they talk about the Anunnaki and like you think they're a scapegoat, and you think there's other like beings, or like you think other interdimensional or AI or Chinese or CCP connected with?
Let's do it one at a time. Which one's first?
Which one's first? Because I spat out a lot of things.
Are the Jays controlling the world?
Do the Jays have an agreement with the Chinese, with the CCP now? That they can control the world now, right?
With Russia and China, and 100%, all the power is in the Vatican, which, if you look at the hats they wear, they're all controlled. At the top of the pyramid, tippy top, is this Luciferian Hegelian dialect of it's Luciferians and Satanists, which is pretty much the same evil force, depending on if you go passion or compassion, left hand or right hand path in magic. And basically, the Luciferian force is emotion. It's all the motion on earth, everything that moves, right? All the vibration. And so when you go full Luciferian, you burn up, you burn out because it's pure sunlight. But if you go full lunar, moonlight, satanic, you crystallize and freeze. And that's what anxiety, motion, Luciferian, and freezing, depression. That's why anxiety and depression is the dualistic nature of the devil that controls us. The human only has duality of go and stop, happy or sad. Like all of this is divided in this duality, this free will duality. And so the rulers of the world are Lucifer and Satan, which is the same character, really, but it's just a different feeling. And so now at the top, I don't believe it's bloodline elites. Like Andrew Tate and everyone says, these guys are bloodline royals at the top. Sure, okay, you can say that, but explain Marina Abramovich and how she got a Microsoft's contract and working with Jay-Z just by doing blood magic art. Art, what is art, right? It's invoking these invisible forces. Now look at this. look at this. If a random woman like her, who's probably not bloodline, can bring Jay-Z and them to work for her and give her money and all that, think about it. At the top, it wouldn't be the royal families. Who would they be controlled by? Think of a sorcerer, the highest level
Uh,
Gnostic mage, the highest, the person who's connected most to the devil and the demons would be the person who attracts royalty to work for them. And you wouldn't change the system and just kill the royalty. You just say, "Work for me, bitch." But a lot of times they
yeah,
did. The Freemasons did, cut off the king's heads who believed in Christ, and they would just completely add a
oh, really?
puppet king. But yeah,
Yeah.
at the top, it'll always be the people who are highest level occult
And which
magicians.
is and which is like I don't know, like that brings me back to, in India, you have these yogis and stuff, the longest religion, these
Yeah.
people that are into, I don't know, that's what I think of.
Well, look at
I,
in India, it's 33. The sacred number 33 billion or million. It's 33 million gods they have, which just
Already?
means they're not
Damn.
gods. Is it
Oh,
Hindu or Sikhism? I don't know, but the
yeah.
this all that
Mhm.
Eastern teachings and stuff. At one point, everyone on Earth was a Christian, but all that
Okay.
Eastern teaching is Masonic. Buddhism,
Really?
yoga, the warrior pose in yoga is a Masonic prayer to a star god. Actually, the warrior.
Really?
Yeah, it's a prayer.